a valuable vault, and the robbers overlooked the many items and selected only a worn-out chalice. The rich man gladly complied with the robbers' demands in order to keep his ill-gotten gains. But strangely, the robbers took the chalice and smashed it into a pile of scrap metal with a steel hammer. Then they used a chemical solution to wash away the gold plating on the chalice, causing the value of the chalice to plummet. Then the robbers dressed up as archaeologists and went to an unassuming church in Paris. The hackers in the team had already gotten control of the priest's computer and convinced him that they were some of the best archaeologists in the world. The hijackers took the opportunity to produce a variety of archaeological documents, and under the bombardment of unlimited jargon, the priest was convinced that underneath the church he was managing were the remains of the oldest church in Paris. The priest is dumbfounded by the good news. If true, the church would become a national treasure of Paris, and his status as a priest would skyrocket. He couldn't wait for the archaeological team to enter the crypt and find out what was there. The robbers wander around the crypt with their specialized radar equipment. The priest waited nervously for news. The radar soon began to sound as if it had detected something. It was a step that Berlin had planned for a long time. A layman in the archaeological world would not have understood what the radar was showing, but as a normal person, the priest would have watched the faces of the archaeologists over and over again. As soon as he saw the overwhelming joy on their faces, his guard would be down, and he would think his church was about to go down in history. If he could then seize the opportunity to dispel the priest's illusions that the information on the radar didn't directly confirm the team's suspicions, he'd be more successful than the robbers. The priest will be even more nervous than the robbers, and will even ask the archaeology team to start digging to find evidence of the ruins as soon as possible. And that's where the Holy Grail comes in. When the priest went home for dinner, he took out the chalice and put it in the excavated soil, falsifying the scene to show that a professional archaeological work was being carried out. The priest was invited to the crypt and the robbers carefully dug out the results. Seeing the freshly unearthed chalice, the priest's mood was at its peak. He had read about this style of bronze. Berlin took the opportunity to tell him that it would take a month to excavate the complete relics, and that he would need the help of some heavy machinery. The priest agreed and offered to help the robbers apply for a parking permit. After all these steps, the robbers' grand plan was finally complete.